Alright, Letty, let's take a look at your paper. We'll start with MLA format first. So you have last name, page number. This all looks good. The life of treasure. Not exactly sure where you might go with that, but you do need to capitalize the L there. You're jumping right into your topic right off the bat, the idea of high school and looking back at high school. You want to ease your audience into that first before you jump right into that. So think of how you can do that. Um, I like that you're proud of who you are today. Now, I sold my life for this treasure and sold it, and I sold it well. Number one, make sure that comma is at the end here. Beowulf is actually going to be in quotes too. Um, Actually, I'm sorry, Beowulf is going to be underlined as well. But the other thing is, how does this quote actually relate to your topic? Um, I know that you changed and you changed for the better, but I don't know how that relates to your topic. So, uh, the idea of selling your life for treasure. Um, so go back through and look at how that connection is being made. Uh, so you're focused on band, which is fine, and wish I would have tried to play a sport or join a club, and maybe I would be an even better person than I am now. So you're already doing some reflection, which is fine, but you actually might want to save that for the body. Uh, I learned how to express myself, yet too many spaces in here. Look at all these places where there's too many spaces. You're going to want to fix that. So, express myself, be confident, and that I am someone, and that changed my life because I'm now not afraid to be, your name. This is too busy of a thesis statement. You want to have a one clear message, expressing yourself, confident, and that I am someone. That more sounds like your body paragraph. So you're going to want to go through and really think of a one solid thesis and not just this long conglomerate thing here. If you're looking back at band, what is the one thing that band taught you about life? And then all your body paragraphs are going to talk about that. As I went through high school, I saw myself change. Make sure you fix that. Uh, but anyways, and as I look back on my life in high school, comma. So you have those two prepositional phrases there that make that up. So make sure you fix those punctuation mistakes. So with the first body paragraph, as a freshman, I was a nobody. Um, so you want to make sure that that topic sentence is a little bit more clear than that. Now, I think nearly every single time you use freshman, you actually use it wrong. As a freshman, I was annoying freshman. I was just another freshman. Freshman is when you're referring to the large group. So um, all of the freshmen went down to the auditorium, something like that. So when we're using it to describe more than one, but when you're describing it as I was it's a freshman. So just fix that. Some good stuff in here as far as details. I like what your brother said to you. Uh, Make sure that you do dialogue correctly. So me, comma, then the dialogue. Same thing down here. They said comma, quote, and of course you got an extra space in here. Get away from me. This is your name. So me, comma, stupid. I know it's not actually your name, but me, comma, stupid. You tend to repeat yourself a lot. I was shy. I was alone. I was scared. Really try to maybe incorporate some different words, Letty, that will get across the same thing because, like I said, you're repeating yourself a lot. Uh, but there is some good detail in here and how you were feeling. But again, reflect. Now that you look back, what would you have done differently? Should you have gone to some of sectionals? Should you have practiced a little bit more? Um, Remember, when you have a conjunction here and two complete thoughts on either side of it, you do need a comma. I didn't really practice at all, comma, and the section leaders always told me to practice. So anyways, go back through. You did see just right here, you did it correctly. Go back through and look for those errors, but try it again. Reflect more and add some more vivid language to what you're trying to say. All right, so during your sophomore year, I need to be more than just a player. This is going to be a little bit better topic sentence. I still think you can make it stronger. Basically, it's about opening up and not disappointing your grandmother. So you started to talk to more people, and you were welcoming freshmen, which is fine. Give me an example, maybe, of what you were doing to welcome them. Um, so that might be good. You started to think you were terrible. You felt alone. You noticed repeating the same concept over and over again. I went through this short time of depression. Describe what that was like. Uh, Overall, how did that affect you? What did you do? Looking back on it, how could you have changed it? Or, looking back, are you glad that you talked to the freshman like this, or did you realize it was a worthless cause? I don't know. Again, with your dialogue, she said, comma, quote, no space here. Try to make sure that you do that when you fix that. You have a space issue here, and then you changed over the course of that. But again, go back and reflect on that. What did that mean to you? Uh, watch for conjunctions when you have two distinct independent clauses there. The one thing, the one thing really liked is that the, and then I'm not sure what happens there. So fix this, Letty. You got a problem there. There's another, there's another place in here that you. Oh, but my grandma said it finished the year. I think you meant probably two. Said to finish the year and see how it goes. So fix those simple mistakes. This paragraph I really feel like you could probably put somewhere else or combine it with your last paragraph, since your sophomore year is really kind of encompassing your grandma as well. I really like this quote. I think it's a really, really great quote, which is cool. There will be people who think you are weird, so this is the wrong your. So don't be afraid to be your funny, crazy, and weird self. I mean, that's kind of cool advice from your grandma. And this would be just a comma. Yeah, sorry, it is a comma. But anyways, I think I would kind of combine this. It's a short paragraph. It's not necessarily something that needs to be separated. You're not really learning anything. You're not really reflecting on anything. It's not about band necessarily. So I think you probably just need to cut that. I mean, just move it in with another paragraph and kind of clean it up a little bit. All right, as I look at this paragraph about your junior year, obviously it breaks into two sections, one about your musical and one about your grandmother. I really think your grandmother should just be all one paragraph, because you're going to learn hopefully something from her death, and I just think it gets muddled when it gets thrown into this paragraph about your junior year, and this one is kind of off on its own anyway. So I really think you need to reorganize this whole body to make your grandmother one whole paragraph, and I think it would fit well just to fit her in. Um, right maybe after your junior year, to talk about how your grandmother impacted you up to that point. But again, this paper is really focused mostly on music. So I know your grandma was a great supporter of your music, but it, to me it almost seems like even though it could be its own paragraph, it really would be weak anyway in here. All right, so you talk about your junior year. Here is a run-on sentence, plus you use the word you. You can't use the word you. Works hard, comma, to. This is actually an incomplete sentence as well. So anyways, and then you talk about Emma helping you out. Which is good. You tried for a solo, played it well, but someone else got it because they played better. Again, can we punch up the language a little bit? Can we make things stick out a little bit? Although I didn't get the solo, you don't need a comma there. Super proud is a little over the top. It changes the tone of the piece a lot. Anyways, sit down. Okay, you just died 20, you gotta spell this out, 20 minutes ago. I was in shock, comma, and I didn't say anything. Remember the comma conjunction. This is where my grandma died, so that's the wrong word. It was the worst thing that has ever happened to me, not that as every happened to me. So you got to change that. Just going back through this, Letty, and just rereading this, I think is going to make a lot more sense. And again, this whole paragraph really probably should be its own paragraph, or maybe even completely cut out of here. And even though, Letty, I mean, this is kind of heartbreaking to read your story about your senior year. But this is where I want you to think about organization, because this is ceasing to be about music anymore, and it's all about just things that have happened in your life. Now remember, you're looking back at your high school life and you're learning something about life, and in fact your whole introduction was basically about music. So this really doesn't fit in the mold of what is going on. And again, Uh, we can look at comma or comma with the right before the quote and fixing that. You have a bunch of run-on sentences. It was homecoming night. We won the game. These are two sentences. I can tell you kind of just were quickly getting through this last paragraph. Comma conjunction places. Uh, we had nowhere to go is one word. Nowhere is one word. Herself is one word. A lot is two words, as we learned in class. And then you talk about living in the hotel, which again, be specific, maybe as far as what it's really like. It sucks. I don't like it. While it may suck and you may not like it, be more descriptive. This is a run-on sentence too. To this day, we've been living at the motel. Not able to have my friends come over and hang out. That's a fragment. Not being able to do anything is a fragment. Having to watch my sister while my mom works is a fragment. This is a fragment. Anyways, this is a run-on sentence. So you just have a lot of problems in this last sentence. Devin's not capitalized. So anyways, you need to look back on that. I really am proud that you're the first to graduate though in your class. That's pretty awesome. Need a tab here. So just silly mistakes, Letty, that we can make. So here's the thing that I want you to think about. You're proud of the way it has made me. But yet you end on this note that you're completely devastated essentially at the end of your senior year. Are you still proud of the way it's made you? Because that hasn't come through in here. You do talk about trying to be successful and everything, which is fine. You need to make sure that every body paragraph is its own complete sentence. It's taught you not to hold your emotions in. Did you ever talk about that in your body paragraph? I would say no, you never talk about that. You do talk a little bit about being able to talk to people now. Anyways, you have comma conjuncture error here. And then again, I don't think the quote really works for you. No works cited page, which is going to hurt you as well. So really, Letty, just some organizational issues that we need to talk about, really some punctuation issues, and just trying to make everything fit the way it needs to be. Thanks, and hopefully we get a rewrite out of you.